Each and every come stay your child. Come stay your child. Stay, come stay there. Come stay back your child. This baby boy just.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, and welcome to Her Voice. This is a 1 hour program brought to you by Water Aid Liberia together with the Liberia Watch Consortium with funding from Irish Aid. Well, this program is aired on Truth FM every Tuesday at 11 a.m. This program is dedicated mainly to issues that surround women and girls, providing a forum to discuss and elevate their voices on issues related to water, sanitation, and hygiene. WASH for short. So whenever you hear WASH on this program, we are talking about water, sanitation, and hygiene. So on the show, we aim to share knowledge and information, influence decision making, encourage collaboration, and generate ideas to enhance women's access to sustainable health services, to clean water, proper sanitation facilities, and good practices, nutrition, and sexual reproductive health and rights. So our goal is to empower women by enabling them to access and afford these crucial services, thereby improving their overall health and well-being. Well, my name is Magdalene and I'm here with Princess ZUZAH. We're going to have a wonderful time on today. All right, welcome back. So today we'll be looking at the establishment of the 55th National Legislature Committee on a WASH. Yeah, the WASH caucus, right? Yes. So, and we've invited the chair on the WASH caucus. He's representative of District Number 5, Grand Bassa County. So let's take this short break. When we come back, then we go straight into discussion.
So we gotta take away their guns and bombs and teach them right from wrong, and that love can come wrong. We will rock those rhythms. I think we will carry the world.
All right, welcome back. Yes, her voice. My people, how you doing your morning? Yeah, you don't see me, oh. All my women and you, please get glued to your radio, even if you in Raleigh market. If you on a farm right now, wherever you are, just come closer to your radio and we want you to also take part. Don't say all the people on that platform there for that radio station, no two women there, or no two they cannot be speaking good English. No, let me tell you, I can speak colloquial more than you, and I can enjoy speaking colloquial. So when we come, that's what the platform is. Yeah, it's not only for people who can speak good English, right? The colloquial can makes me to to get along. That means I feel like a Liberian when
Yeah.
But yes, you got your children that going to school, you training them, to go on the world stage. So we can continue to be speaking colloquial. We want people want to go outside. We want people to understand them. Guess what? Before we go into discussion, on Sunday I interacted with a Nigerian and a South African. Yes, and we kept speaking colloquial, my friend and I, and then they couldn't understand us. They said, but I can understand it. I said, yeah, because I don't want you to understand me. So later on, I introduced myself to him. I said, I speak standard, and we started to speak standard, and he could understand me, but Another friend, he couldn't just understand her because he said, I mean, she's too deep with the colloquial. I said, okay, it's sweet for you. So that's why you see we speak the colloquial because I know we want the message to go across. So don't tell us, say, oh, we can be our English and too far on the platform. You want call. Some of you, the things you are going through in your community, in our district, in our village, wherever, we need to be informed. That's why the platform is intended for. How you doing, Princess?
I'm doing good, Magdalene.
How was your night?
My night was wonderful, always as usual.
As usual. Easy did you go?
No,
Anyway.
LEC stayed with my place a few times. Oh.
All right, so that's awesome. Well, the time is 7 minutes after 11. We have a very important person here with us this morning. He's the representative of District Number 5, Grand Bassa County. He's the chair on the WASH caucus, co-chair on the standing committee on WASH, and chair on drugs and rehabilitation and reintegration. All right, so let's now join our guest. Good morning, sir. It's good to have you on this morning.
Good morning.
Okay, Mr. Tumetekwe, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great and happy to be here, most especially to be in this studio for the first time with the chair, the champion for WASH in Liberia. And on the global scene now, he's been recognized as well as champion because of what he's currently doing with his colleagues. So I'm very, very honored and happy to be here to share this platform with him. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Again, we want to say thanks for honoring our invitation. It's good to have you here to discuss WASH activities in Liberia. So, yeah, tell us about your role as a chair on WASH and on co-chair on the standing committee, because it's something that confuses a lot of people. They got the caucus and the standing committee.
Okay, so thank you for the opportunity and the invitation to be on the platform to talk about WASH issues. Like you said, I'm Thomas Alexander Goswa II, and I represent District 5. During the 54th legislature, I was a member of the WASH caucus. The WASH caucus was formulated in 2016 to discuss issues relating to water, sanitation, and hygiene in Liberia, since in fact there wasn't any direct oversight committee at the legislature on to discuss water issue or WASH issue, and so this caucus was formulated. Initially, it was headed by former Senator Jonathan Carpe and former Representative Vincent Willie co-chair. I was a member, and there were a couple of other lawmakers. I think we were around 16 lawmakers that were members of the WASH Legislative Caucus. Fast forward after the 2023 general elections, some of our colleagues were not retained, and so the issue of WASH, especially what we faced during the campaign period, when we went out to campaign to our people, places that we slept in our interactions with them, I felt, look, when I get back at the legislature, I'm going to start the issue of accessibility of safe drinking water to our people, the issue of sanitation and hygiene. Some of the health facilities that I visited were very, very deplorable, and you can imagine those are places that are supposed to be giving healthcare delivery to our people, and they were not properly sanitary. And so I thought to pick up this advocacy and be there, be the voice, and lobby with my colleagues to see how we can re-strengthen the issue of WASH at the legislature. So fortunately, when we got re-elected, we reformulated the WASH Legislative Caucus, relaunched it, and
You were selected or elected?
I was elected.
Okay.
I was elected as the, matter of fact, when we came back, I opted to act as the chairperson, and after about 2-3 weeks, when we decided to have discussion with other colleagues, I was elected as the chairperson of the caucus. And we, during our relaunch, we worked with the Speaker of the 55th Legislature, Councillor General Funadi Kofa, and the Deputy Speaker, Thomas Fowler,
Mm-hmm.
to ensure that the watch sector, being one of the biggest sector that has direct impact in the lives of our people, was the one of least paid attention to,
Mm-hmm.
underrepresented, and we didn't feel the impact on the people, most especially those of us from the interior. And so we decided to reach out to them to give their support that in our advocacy, how can the legislature play a role in speaking and advocating on WASH issues. And we started to engage donor partners also. We re-strengthened the WASH Legislative Caucus Secretariat, giving them more teeth to bite. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they are the ones that will go out, do the research, come back with reports, and give us the pieces of information that we as lawmakers can rely on to make policies and to make decisions. And so after we strengthened them, because we thought that the issue of WASH is paramount. Matter of fact, you know, when the president laid before the Liberian people through the legislature his
Mm-hmm.
agenda, codenamed arrest, the
Mm-hmm.
S in our arrest is for sanitation.
Yes, sir.
And so we just took the whole sanitation to mean WASH issue. So the
Mm-hmm.
president agenda and his government focuses on WASH issue. And so we thought to also see how we can be able to complement him from the legislature in order to have the direct representation of our people to have positive impact. And so in some of our discussions with the donor partners,
Mm-hmm.
they petitioned me and other colleagues that they have been long advocating that the legislature doesn't have a standing committee to have direct oversight
Mm-hmm.
of the WASH issues in the country. And so, so since this speaker is one that cuts across, we
Mm-hmm.
will bring the idea to him and see how if we can get his support. But initially, we have
But
met. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so but is it difficult? Are you having some challenges in getting support from your fellow colleagues?
No, so I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So after we relaunched the caucus, we initially, I said, the last administration we were about 16 members. Now we have grew that number from 16 to approximately 36.
Okay.
Our goal is to see how we can get, if possible, all 103 lawmakers to form part of this WASH legislative caucus, so that when we are discussing issues of WASH and it becomes something for legislation, we
Mm-hmm.
will have all the lawmakers to give overwhelming support so that it will have an easy seal at the legislature before going over to the executive. And so that's the main essence of the caucus. We lobby with one another, speak on issues, go out and play our oversight role. But because the legislature works through committees, and
Mm-hmm.
we did not have a committee that will have direct oversight of the work sector, we thought to collaborate with our donor partners and listen to what they had to say. And we made a case at the deputy speaker and the speaker that at the end of the day, today we have a standing committee on Washington environment established at the House of Representatives 55th Legislature. And that committee is solely responsible to advocate and have oversight on WASH issues in Liberia.
So let's look at counties that will be prioritized for WASH activities.
Well, as a lawmaker, I won't say we will prioritize counties because at the legislature we represent the country, and so we will be advocating for the country. But donor partners,
Mm-hmm.
based on their own funding and their interest, they selected counties that they are working in. So, say for example, PSI,
Yeah. Yes.
PSI, they work in with funding
Five
from
countries. Yes.
USAID.
Mm-hmm.
They work in 5 counties.
Okay.
Yeah, and their reason is those 5 counties that they are working in are counties that have large population, and so they feel if they can tackle those counties, they would have been addressing a large segment of the Liberian population. We also have water aid.
Yeah.
Water aid operates in 3 counties.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, 3 or 2.
Currently in 2, but then advocacy cut across.
Okay, so they are up in 2, and then we have another one that is being sponsored also by USAID, Windrock.
Yeah.
They are also operating in 2
So
counties.
you work with all of these international partners?
Yeah, we have made engagement with all of them because the issue of water now has become a priority. Not just water, but the entire water sector and the environment. It has become a priority at the legislature and also a priority of this administration led by Ambassador Joseph Yuma Bwaka. And so we want to ensure that we do all that we can because, like I said, the issue of WASH has direct impact on the lives of the Liberian people on a larger scale. And so we want to make that impact very positive. Because right now, as it is, it's not a good thing. Some of the reports that have come to me, even the county that I represent, Grand Bassa County, is being highlighted as one of the counties with the most issue of open defecation. That's poor sanitation. And so we are working to see how we can be able to address that along with other counties that are there because by all of our efforts, we want to see how we can end open defecation in Liberia within the next couple of years based on how we as a government tackle the issue with support from our partners, our international partners.
Okay, before I go further to before going over to Tumedekwe, according to the Joint Monitoring Program 2021 report, 38% of our population practice open defecation. So I don't know how many, what's the percentage of people in Grand Bassa practice open defecation. But Mr. Tumedekwe, it's good to have you on, Executive Director of United. You're one of the biggest advocates of WASH. So how far with the issue of advocating for the increment in the budget for WASH?
Well, thank you so much. As I said, it is a dream come true for the WASH sector in Liberia, and to be specific, the civil society organizations that are working in the water and sanitation sector. Because our goal, the major goal has been how can government take ownership of WASH activities in the country. And to do that was to firstly tackle the direct representatives of the people, those that are the decision maker, those who have the power to make change. So for us, from civil society, we just raise the issue, but then we depend on the government to take the necessary decision and the steps to improve the lives of the people. So over the years, we have been supported by Water Aid Liberia to push this advocacy to ensure that the lawmakers take ownership. So during the last regime of the former president, we also have the caucus. But then when we went for the election, there was issue of people not coming back, and majority of our members that were part of the caucus, those that were in leadership could not come back due to the election result. So we were actually worried as citizens and civil society. And then we decided to, with support from Water Aid, decided to engage again the newly elected lawmakers and some of the old members that were able to come back. And luckily for us, we met Honorable Gosra, who welcomed us. In fact, according to him, he was already planning to revamp. So when we went to him, it was like, okay, so I've been planning to do this. Now you are here, let's go ahead. And in no time, we can assure you, I think you visited the office of the Secretariat.
Yeah.
That office was renovated, was set up with Honorable Goswa's own resources. To show that the level of political will he brings to the table. So we are very, very happy to see the level of leadership so far that the government is taking, and there are a lot of progress that have been made in terms of budgeting, in terms of oversight functions, which you will elaborate on more. Today, I'm just here to take notes.
All right.
No, and
Yeah. So
not so much. Thank you.
all right. I will say come back to you. You chair on the secretariat.
Yeah, I'm the head of the secretariat.
All right. So Mr. Chair on the caucus, what's what have been your what have you done in pushing for the increment in the budget for watch?
So
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry. You come again. What was the question?
Yes, what have been your effort? What are you doing to ensure that I mean, because tomato is over there. Every time we host them here, you interact with them. They always cry about what is in the budget. Is so small. Is like a drop in the ocean. So part of your advocacy and lobbying with your colleagues. Yeah, what can the public look up for? What have been your engagement when it comes to advocating to ensure that there is increment in the budget for for
So,
water, sanitation, and hygiene?
unfortunately, it's disappointing to note that 98% of funding that comes to the wash sector comes from donor partners.
Mm.
And our government have not paid much attention to the issue of water, sanitation, and hygiene from previous governments up to now. And so when the president laid before the arrest agenda, the issue of sanitation being a priority,
Mhm.
we thought we would have seen uh, uh, increase towards the sector. Unfortunately, that it was disappointment to me that we did not see much support, and so during the crafting of the review of the national budget, we were able to advocate and lobby with our colleagues, though it's not much, but at least we were able to focus our attention on the issue of sanitation and water. Well, during the course of the year, we'll be working along with partners and colleagues at the legislature
Mhm.
to continue to see how the issue of WASH can be um, placed on our agenda, that we can make significant gains in order to attract more attention to the sector. Say, for example, currently my office is working on uh, a policy document that we should be presenting to our colleagues, that will be coined as the water law. We need to protect our water bodies,
Okay.
and in order to do that, we need a policy document that will be used as a guide how to protect water bodies and issues in water issues in our country. And if that policy document is adopted,
Mhm.
we will also need a policy implementer in order to implement that policy document. So that will be like establishing a standalone ministry for water
Mm.
and
Ministry of Water.
yeah,
Okay.
so that the issue of water, because we want to give a significant importance to the issue of Liberia is blessed to have sources of water, but we are not so much as a nation taking advantage of it. So much so that uh, bulk of our population do not have access just to safe drinking water. Bulk of our health facilities in the interior,
Mhm.
they don't have access to water to take care to practice safe hygiene and sanitation in the health facilities. Is quite disturbing and it's alarming, and so we need to put together documents. Like I said, the wash
Mhm.
sector is a sector that has direct impact on the lives of our people, be it negative or positive. But we want to see how currently is mostly negative on the life of
Mhm.
our people. We want to see how we can turn it around to make some gains so that it will have positive impact and change the life of the Liberian citizenry. We have a life expectancy of around 50 years. We think it's unacceptable. How can we make improvement within that by providing adequate sanitation and proper hygiene care that will prolong the lives of our people in this country? And so those are things that we are working on. And we will also be working along with the WASH Commission. That will be a regulatory body within the sector after the ministry is formed. And the Labrador Water and Sewer will also be a service providing entity.
Okay.
Yeah, like a business entity that should be able to raise revenue that give budgetary support to our national budget. So those are things that we intend to be working on as we go along the year, and to see how we can attract the necessary support. So I'm not too happy with whatever amounts were in the budget, because like I said, this should be a priority, not just for the donor partners, but we as a government. Donors will continue to make their contribution as long as they can. But what if they grow weary, they have that fatigue? And who takes charge? It should be the government responsibility in providing these needs for its citizens. And so whatever donors are doing now, we as a government should be able to match it and see how we can start to grow out of that matching fund to take full responsibility, because we are the ones charged to do so as a
Okay.
nation.
So before Priscilla comes in, recently you had a joint assessment
Yeah.
in the I think two areas, two communities.
Yes.
That's a soul clinic.
Yeah.
Do you care to tell us the outcome? I'm so concerned. From 2015, these facilities have been shut down. Can you tell us why?
Yeah, so from what we learned since 2015, funding came to the Labrador Water and Sewer Corporation through the African Development Bank, and for facilities to be able to provide safe and affordable drinking water to our people, and to have latrines, to provide proper sanitation and hygiene. Uh, the cost is alarming. Over millions of dollars were spent, and since 2015, those facilities were not put into use because
Is it 40 million? Seem to be corrected to me there?
Yeah,
yes,
our 40
yeah,
million
40 million
investment
Wow.
in few cities. Yeah.
And so it was just a disappointment to our donor partners that these huge investment were not being put to use, and it was just for simple reason. In the agreement, funding come from the donor partners to the government through the Labrador Water and Sewer Corporation to have impact on the lives of the citizenry in the community. In order to do that, the community should be able to provide the land. The government of Liberia should negotiate that the land issue be settled. Whatever little compensation that should have gone to the landowners or the community be provided, so that the facility can be turned over and be properly used and safeguarded by the community. So when the developmental partners invested and constructed those structure, unfortunately, the government, we could not live up to our own obligation in reaching out to the community and safeguarding and owning that those facilities. So since 2015, those facilities were there and they were not functional. And so when we got to know, we said no, this cannot be. And so we immediately, the standing committee was announced and named by the speaker. Contacted the chairman, we contacted our secretary, made a negotiation with partners to see how we can visit those facilities along with the Labrador Water and Sewer Corporation to see how they can be relaunched to the community, that all those obligations that were lingering, that we could take up our own responsibility as a government and be able to operate those facilities. And so during our tour, we engaged community dwellers. We told them of their own rights. We told them of their obligation. We told them the obligation of government and what role that we were playing, so that they could be able to appreciate the project and take ownership of it. And so they appreciated that so much.
Yeah.
And the deputy manager for technical services, Mr. Sandiki, he and his team, we when we visited those sites, they explained to us, and the community was so happy that lawmakers were getting involved with it and the issue was being resolved. And so on the day of our visit, the next day, almost all of those facilities The one in Soul Clinic, the one in the New Georgia area. We visited three sites in New Georgia, and the one is in the Soul Clinic community, and they were all made operational
Wow.
the next
So
day.
the community those communities have just been waiting
Apparently,
for a leadership or leaders
apparently,
from 2015.
apparently that happened. Sometimes I often tell people, the people, they rally to the call of their leaders. They listen to their leaders, and when the leaders speak, they tend to listen. And so, uh, when they saw the representatives of their districts that represent all the communities in the district, speaking to them and encouraging them, along with the LIBERIA Water and Sewer Corporation, they were moved. And we encouraged them that this is something that you in the community need to take charge of. You know how it could also be a means of revenue generation for the community, because you will have to safeguard and take care of those assets, make sure that it's operational, providing water to everybody, while you be making your returns to the LIBERIA Water and Sewer Corporation. And so the idea was bought by the community dwellers, and they were so happy to
$40 million project.
exactly.
But Princess,
I'm curious to know how the WASH caucus intend to work with the community dwellers to implement these projects.
Yeah. So maybe I could just speak to that. So during the visitation, the chair of the caucus, and then the standing committee chair, Honorable Williams, they have instructed the secretariat to work with the LWSC and the community to ensure that those the governance issues, those things are resolved. In fact, the chair of the committee immediately wrote the LWSC to come up with a recovery plan, with timeline that the caucus and the committee will be following up through the secretariat. So it is our responsibility as a secretariat to be able to engage them and more to the financing issue. Look, just recently there was this budget review session that was conducted by the standing committee and the caucus. They wanted to know, the ministry and agency, what is the budget that they have for WASH and nutrition. So that session was conducted, and from all of the presentations, absolutely there was nothing allocated for water and sanitation program in the ministry and agency. So the legislature took note of that, and they used that as an opportunity to also lobby during the budget period. And the secretariat, as we speak now, they have been the government through the caucus and the Senate committee. They are paying keen attention, and in this budget, we hope that there will be something to sustain the secretariat while international partners provide support as well. So I just wanted to provide clarity.
Okay.
Yeah.
You also talk about timeline. So what is the time frame to implement these projects?
So during the fee visit, the technical director, the deputy managing director for technical affairs, he made a commitment to the lawmakers that look, as of tomorrow, we went on the 1st, and then he said, as of this, of the 2nd of May, we will start pumping water to the community. That one of the things he said. We realized that the community were cut off and companies and other individuals were being served. So he cut off those lamps immediately when in the presence of the lawmakers that look, cut these land off, pump water in the reservoir and begin to pump water tomorrow. We called on the 2nd of May, and it was confirmed that the LWSC started testing the water in the community, because it took a very long time. So there were rust and other things. So they need to pump water throughout so that the place can be, clean for drinking. So that process began, and the secretariat is following up on the full implementation of that. And for the record of the caucus and the standing committee is to have a clear plan from the LWSC that the caucus can and the Senate committee can also lobby with partners. Yeah, the donor partners don't want to see their resources wasted. And all they need is just the political will. That what we see now, from the 55th legislature, the political will to ensure that those resources, those investment will reach the people. So we are going to monitor, work with them, provide support if there's additional technical support that is needed for the LWSC to do those things. The caucus is ready, and the extended committee, they are fully ready to support those kind of initiative. Yeah.
You go.
No.
You want to do it?
Okay. A follow-up question.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what will you do to lessen these challenges in the wash sector?
Yeah. So just to do a follow-up, there are so many challenges you talk about.
Yeah.
So what can you do to mitigate these challenges? I mean, yeah.
So as a policy maker, the first thing we will do, or we have started doing,
Mhm.
is to create a necessary awareness amongst our colleagues, lobby with them for support through budget allocation, liaise with our developmental partners within the wash sector, strengthen our wash bodies, the entities, and see how we as the legislature can perform proper and adequate oversight so that those key players within the sector can be able to work effectively to provide positive impact on the lives of our Liberian people. So those are things that we are working on. It will take time. As you know, is something that we are just beginning to get robust about. Things that people have been laying back on, when you start to put pressure on, it will take time for people to come around. And so we will not give up. We'll continue to reach out to every key player within the sector to ensure that those things that ought to be done to revive the sector, make it more vibrant, we will continue to do that. So the challenges, like you said, they are numerous, but I believe we can be overcome. Well, based on the determination and willpower that we have, along with the support of our partners and the government, we can be able to achieve those, overcome the challenges.
Okay, so if you are tuning in, this is her voice on Truth FM 96.1. My name is Magdalene SAAH and Princess ZUZAH. We're here together with the representative of District Number 5, Honorable Thomas Goshua, and he's the chair on the Watch Caucus, co-chair on the Standing Committee on Watch. And we also have Tumedekwe, Pastor Tumedekwe. The pastor is really pushing for the members to have.
Issue.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Watch also is a religious issue.
You
because
see,
if the people are not healthy, you
yeah.
will pray, and God can answer those kind of prayer.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's listen to this one.
As you are aware, one of the focus of the principal legislature is to ensure that WASH is prioritized by the government of Nigeria to increase financing to buttress our international partners' effort and policy reforms to better WASH governance in Nigeria. As chairman of the government, I look forward to working with my colleagues to ensure that the WASH sector receives the needed high-level political leadership for our citizens and residents of Nigeria to have access to safe and sustainable WASH services. We will ensure that Liberia achieves its national and international WASH commitments in line with the Sustainable Development Goals of the state. Again, many thanks to the international partners and civil society organizations for the continued support to the WASH sector of Liberia, and call on you to keep working with the Standing Committee and the legislative purpose of WASH. It's something that should be set up in the only by the purpose and other partners within the sector, even the work of the Standing Committee will be enhanced by the efforts and collaboration of our international and developmental partners within the sector. Thank you.
All right, so to listen to more watch messages, you can just dial *321#. This program is sponsored by Water Aid Liberia, together with the Liberia Watch Consortium with funding from Irish Aid. All right, so Yeah, just we play this audio. I mean, the same thing you said the last time at your office, and just thought to play it to tell that the same thing you are saying here, just to validate,
Exactly.
Yeah, so to tell us that you are really concerned, you are at the forefront to ensure that. But at times, in Liberia, like you said, the issue of watch is, it directly impact the people, whether negatively or positively. But we hope that this caucus or the standing committee become very robust to ensure that our people drink safely, and we have how do you call it, watch, good, decent watch facilities, across the country, because there are so many people who are affected. This is actually uh, the second phase of this program. We had the first phase 6 months, and we're in another one. I have listened to, and sometimes I leave the studio very broken, because you listen to baby mothers, you listen to older women, you listen to young men, older men, everyone just expressing how the watch sector in Liberia is seriously challenged. If you go downtown, Chief, you know that you see um,
The sewage.
the sewage pipes leaking, human feces. People say having breakfast this morning, but the feces all around the place. And sometimes I know your tires, if you use the way where the human feces oozing out from those sewage pipes, I mean your tires go into it, and then you carry home, or sometimes you walk through it,
Yeah.
and you go back home, and then you enter your house with it. Your children food fall on the ground. I mean, you that listening now, yeah. Your children food fall on the floor. They go after it. They take it, eat it. They are getting sick. People are getting sick unknown to themselves, and we are here joking about wash, issue in Liberia. But thanks to those who are at the forefront to ensure that this sector, key attention is paid to, because the arrest agenda, the ASZ stands for sanitation, and that whole sanitation are wash. Yeah, so that is it, and we are about to take course. It's 11:44. Thanks to the chair on the wash committee for today to give us more insight on how the caucus is working to ensure that we have a robust wash sector. So you can place in your call to 0777-285-961, 0777-285-961.
Yeah, we talking about the sanitation issue. You will not believe that last day when Chief Priest dropped me off to the Nizo Junction area, they continue on the just put on the road a few days. Like when you pass in, you can just drop your garbage in it instead of throwing it on the streets.
People still
No, they're not only just dropping it on the ground, but people taking their garbage from in the community and bringing it.
It was feel soon. There's a small stuff, right?
It's not for that.
Okay, yeah. Hello. Good morning, sir. It's good to have you on.
Good morning.
So, Chief, how you doing?
Wow.
Oh, my people. I will get you problem, Mr. Addison again. My people. All right, so I mean, this phone is going off at 0777253819, 0777253819. A station phone. I don't know why it's happening there. But you can call on 0777253819. Mr. Addison, if you're listening, just okay. I got you right. I know. I know. Okay.
You are not Douglas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I send my greetings to the former speaker.
Douglas.
All right.
I love to call lawmakers my bosses.
Okay.
I work with them and I enjoy working with them. That's why we are not working now, sitting home and just listen to radio. But when I listen to our Ghost Rock voice, I said, let me do my road. And as I was saying, it's late mother, we used to work together at Kiss LC and Kiss FM. So when it comes to question and answer, you can't beat him down because it's like late mother.
Wow.
Also, good morning to you again, along with the Reverend in studio.
Good morning, Bobby.
That is concerned about the counties. As a journalist, as I said, I toured the 15 counties for ECOWAS on the radio, talking drum studio, and I observed past administration build water tower in the counties. But those towers are no more active, like the one I saw in Maryland County, in Hartford City, which could supply the entire city of Hartford. That one is down. Some group can spend some money, nothing. And this current administration will say, thank you, I'm from the National Patriotic Party, but I consider Omen Baka as my president. He's my father, my president. He is doing the screaming work for the water and sewer with Mo Ali. So what we are doing here, what the fellow said, that let the people out there receive the water to drink, they're not receiving it. This administration is doing a screaming way when it comes to this.
Okay.
So I have the question for our lawmaker. How much do you people have in the budget for water and sanitation? Maybe you said it, I was not close to the radio to listen to it. But what you got in there, it is released. How soon the implementation component will be effective to have those counties supply? Let's start with Grand Bassa, your county first. Let it go to River G County that beat and won the trophy. The first to supply, have water supply. And from this up, please, I know this is not a forum, but let me use it to please see how people can consider we the former workers of Speaker Jimo's office to have job.
We beg you, please. Keep that one for state of the nation. You can't be getting me my trouble again. Okay, Mr. Bobby Blair Addison, please, 1 minute, 1 minute. Yes, sir, it's good to have you on.
Yes, good morning. Are you coming out?
Yes, sir.
I want to say thanks to the honorable. That's a very great idea, but my little advice is that then you have to let people that will be able to keep the bed. Because Labrin pool very high. Like what if the previous caller just said what happened in Maryland. So if you know that Mandela is saying when citizen, so the people that will build the man just say it, or let people be there, I will bet it.
Okay.
I don't maybe I have to say.
Okay. Yeah, so citizens gotta own these facilities. Yeah, take it as your own. As a personal stuff. I'm not saying go there and stop everybody, drive everybody, no, but if you see your own, you will take care of it. So 0777253819. We'll take few more calls. 0777253819. You want to announce the number? All right, 0777253819. When these facilities are constructed across the country, consider these facilities as your own. Take care of them.
Don't
Let
say
it
you
be.
spend your money.
Yeah, the publicity, man. You know, publicity in that bureau. So now we don't, regard those public facilities, public school. Yeah, public, toilet. Yes. Hello.
Yeah, hello, how you doing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my name is Alabakira. I come from County Johnny.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing I really want to ask you, or this is another question I want to ask you. Yeah, because for me, I'm a refugee from Ghana, where the one hour in Ghana was a refugee. I want to ask you this question. If government are talking on we should come like Europe, yeah, Europe or if you're talking on it, me or in Ghana, I've been sleeping late morning.
Excuse me, we are talking about water, sanitation, and hygiene. If you got any other issue, you wait for another platform and then you can express it. Do you want to talk about water, sanitation, and hygiene? Okay, I'm sorry. I have to let you go. We're not talking about that for now. You can join us on another platform. We can talk about other issues. Yes, but we are talking about how we can promote the wash sector. If you got challenges in your area, well, my old man, what happened? You're not calling. Y'all, please call. This is her voice. Meaning this platform is intended mainly for women. And only men are calling. Only the men calling every other time. We want you to call. When you're selling your rate or you even measure you are talking right now, wave your hand, tell the customer to wait for you. Call and tell us some of the challenges you are facing. Don't allow the men to just all of the time be dominating. Let's take at least 2 females. Yeah? Yeah, please call. We got 8 more minutes to go. And yes, 0777253819. 0777. Are you not asking about you the chair on the wash caucus is here? Yeah, women. You don't get a question for the honorable? All right, so let's go back. You listen to a few callers. I really like for the women to call. Yes, I like for the women to call and express themselves and tell us the challenges they are, they are facing within their areas. So 33% of schools lack access to sanitation facilities according to the Joint Monitoring Program 2021 report. So let's go back to the honorable. If call got calls, then I will interrupt to take at least 1 or 2.
Okay, so to speak to Bobby issue specifically as to what is within the budget for the wash sector, I can be 100% specific as to the actual amount because the budget has just passed. They are still finalizing it to present to the president so that a clearer picture can be presented to the public when he signs it, and then we'll be able to review and know what exactly each ministry, agency, or commission has within the budget within the wash sector. So as of now, I can't be so specific about it. But yes, there are facilities within the counties that are not being functional. Say, for example, even though he said I should not focus on Grand Bassa, but there's a facility in Grand Bassa that has been left abandoned. It's non-functional. Matter of fact, when we were on that assessment tour, I spoke to Mr. Sandiki about it, and he said a team will be leaving. We met with them on the 1st. That was when
the 3rd of May. That was Tuesday.
Yeah. So he said the team will leave in Monrovia to do an assessment in Grand Bassa County on the facility. Matter of fact, they were discussing with an investor that will be taking over, that had intention of running that facility to provide safe water to Grand Bassa County, and also there's a facility in Kakata, and he talked about the one in Maryland. In our discussion with the LIBERIA Water and Sewer Corporation, they did say that all modalities were being worked on to ensure that those facilities within the counties become fully operational to provide our people with access of safe drinking water.
All right, so yes, let's get parting comments. If you have additional information that you want to share with us, and yes, but let me begin with Tumede.
Yes.
Let me begin with it.
So again, thanks so much to the station for allowing us to be here, and thanks to the leadership of the caucus, Honorable Goswa, and all the other members for the support given to the sector so far. Where we are now in terms of political will, I mean, as a country, for the wash sector, I think we are making headway, and with the level at which the caucus and the standing committee taking the issue of wash, we are very sure that wash will be prioritized in the national development agenda. And the good thing is that the government is currently in the process of developing the development agenda. for the country. From here, I'm running at the Ministry of Finance for another session. So we have an opportunity with this political will. We will see WASH really prioritize, so that at the end of the day, the people will have safe drinking water to drink. We'll soon invite the station when the LWS is done with the renovation and other work that's supposed to be done to reopen those facilities. You will surely be there to see what role our lawmakers are playing to be WASH a priority. Thanks so much for the opportunity.
All right. Yeah, we got 4 more minutes to go. Yes, so Chief, your party.
So in 4 minutes we can do this. When we talk about issue of WASH in Liberia, we talk about it with passion, we talk about it with vigor. The very same passion that we brought in addressing the issue of drug and narcotic substances in Liberia, for which today we have a drug law that is in effect, and we have created awareness. We will continue to provide the oversight to ensure that Liberia is drug-free. That is the same passion that we have brought towards the water sector. And so we'll be calling on all government ministry and agencies, most especially the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, the Monrovia City Corporation, Painesville City Corporation, the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, the EPA, Ministry of Public Works, Agriculture Ministry, and that of the Ministry of Health. We will be getting to them to find a roadmap on how we can adequately address the issue of WASH throughout Liberia. Lastly, the issue of sanitation and open defecation, as I stated earlier. In one of our engagement with the PSR, we were informed that Grand Bassa County it taps the list of counties that widely practice open defecation. And so we want to see how we can be able to address that. The issue of water and sanitation in Liberia, we will be addressing it as members of the committee. We'll be addressing our members of the committee, but as a representative of BASA, we want to ensure that we play our role on how we can be able to diminish open defecation, if not outrightly ending it. And so by during the course of the year, we want to, there's something called Kui-Tolly that was introduced by PSI. We want to see how we can take it to Grand Bassa, especially in my district. I want to secure around 200 pieces that we can go and install 200 Kui-Tollies in the district. That will help significantly in any open defecation.
All right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So on that note, this is how we want to say goodbye. Thanks to the representative of district number 5, Honorable Thomas Goshua, co-chair on standing committee, chair on the WASH caucus as well. And Mr. Tumedepe, thanks so much to you guys for coming. My name is Magdalene Fenasai, along with
Princess ZUZAH.
Okay, see you on this week.